The internet can be a wonderful resource, but the wrong websites can be dangerous for kids. So how do we keep them from being exposed to dangers as they hit the road exploring the information highway? Well, Jim Clark, CEO of Daniel Kids, is here to tell us how. Jim, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
And this is really intimidating for a lot of parents.
It is. As children learn to use the internet and they're younger and younger, parents sometimes are overwhelmed. They think that you know, how do I monitor and my child's online usage? And they feel a little bit intimidated. But there are things that parents can do to monitor their behavior and to be precautious to try to help our children.
What are some of the things they can do?
Well, first, there are really two types. There's technical and non-technical type of things. Back in the old days, when I say old days, a couple of years ago, parents were only about 4 out of 5 were really concerned or were not using their internet capability. So from a non-technical standpoint, one of the things you can do is certainly have your computer in a common area. When you keep it in a common area, you're able to monitor their usage and know what they're doing. The best thing to do is to sit down with your child and help them with searches themselves. You know, don't let them search alone. One keystroke can get them to an inappropriate site very easily. And of course, you want to keep your communication open. Find out what they like to do. Talk to them, what sites are they visiting, and tell them some of the sites that they can also do. And so those are some of the non-technical ways that you can really kind of monitor the behavior. Now, from a technical standpoint, there are lots of things that parents can do. Many of the parents are not using the filters. There are filters to keep inappropriate content from your computer. So you can contact your internet provider. There's usually a system, they call it ISP, so your internet service provider has ways to filter that kind of mechanism. Okay. Also, all the sites, Bing, Google, they have ways to filter inappropriate content. So you can go into Google search and talk about parental controls, and you'll be able to monitor some of those type of behaviors. Now, there's also software that parents can get. Some parents can buy software, or if you desire and you really are suspicious or want to be careful about what your child is doing online, there's software that you can maintain that can tell them what sites they visited and what kind of keystrokes that they were doing, what kind of searches they were. Now, that's an important thing if you're going to use that kind of thing. Some parents feel it's an invasion of privacy, but again, it's your child, and I think if you have some things to be suspicious about, you indeed need to pay attention to it.
Because the internet, it's so scary. There's so many options. Is it okay for kids to be on Facebook? Is it okay for them to be on those social interaction websites?
Those are parent rules that they need to talk about, because you want to be careful of your child sharing personal information. You certainly don't want them sharing photographs and things of that sort. So those are some of the things in which to talk about. I tell parents, make sure you have internet rules so that children know what they can and cannot do. And if you start to see children withdrawn, if they're spending too much, if you think it's too much time, then it's too much time on the internet. If you come into a room and they close down the computer or they switch sites, those are things for you to pay attention to. That's kind of parent monitoring.
Some warning signs.
Yes.
Well, this is a big issue, so if you want more information on this topic, you can head to Daniel Kids' website. It's www.danielkids.org. Thank you so much, Jim.
Thank you.
The next hour of the morning show starts in 1 minute. Jason and I will bring you a look at your forecast as well as the top stories from the day.